Forget Bali, we just arrived on Flores, and this trip is about to get wild. Dragons, secret islands, mantas, and adventures that we'll never forget. But if you haven't seen the Bali video yet, consider watching that one first. I'll drop the link right here. The flight was short, about 50 minutes, but it was pretty dramatic because of a heavy rain. We flew with AirAsia and the ticket cost €65 per person. From the airport, we took a local taxi straight to our accommodation, where we stayed for just one night. Next morning, it was time to start our 4-day, 3-night sailing trip from Labuan Bajo to Lombok. The harbor was only a few minutes away. A guy from the company picked us up and drove us to their office. Honestly, at first we were a little sketched out because it was a pure chaos. The staff at the office didn't seem to know what was going on, and I started getting a bit paranoid. But then I realized this is how things work here in Indonesia. It's normal. The cruise cost us €200 per person. All meals like breakfast, lunch and dinner are included. Plus you get unlimited coffee, tea and mineral water. There's also a cheaper option for €130, but for that you don't get a private cabin, you'll be sleeping on a shared deck. It's very important to say that this sailing trip is not for everyone. It can be pretty uncomfortable at times, but if you're an adventurous traveler and you don't mind a bit of discomfort, then go for it. If you seek more luxury, please choose a different company, but accept higher prices from €600 to €800. Our first stop was a small island where we did some snorkeling. There's a very high chance that you'll see a baby sharks here, and we actually spot plenty of them. From there, we continued toward Padar Island, where we planned to anchor for the night. As we were slowly sailing during sunset, we stopped for a while to watch this incredible scenery. Hundreds of massive bats flying and gliding low over the water. The locals call them flying foxes. So guys, it's 5 a.m. in the morning. It's 5 a.m. in the morning and we're going to the top of the Padar Island to watch the sunset. It's about 800 stairs, so it's not the best activity that early. Next morning, we woke up super early to climb to the top of Padar Island. I have to admit, when I climbed all the stairs to the top, I wasn't feeling great. I think I had a touch of Bali belly, but nothing too dramatic. On the other hand, the view was absolutely amazing. After breakfast on the boat, we anchored at Komodo Island, the place where you can actually spot Komodo dragons in the wild. We did a medium intense trek with our tour guide about 4 kilometers long. Just a heads up, seeing the dragons isn't guaranteed, but we were lucky to see 4 of them, including some babies. When we were leaving, I grabbed a fresh cold coconut. It seriously helped my stomach, and after that I feel completely fine. One of the highlights on Komodo is the famous pink beach. The sand is pinkish in some spots, thought maybe not as vivid as those oversaturated photos you see on Instagram. The marine life there was lively, so I highly recommend snorkeling. Later on, we're heading toward Mojo Island. It's a really long route, but on the way we stopped at Manta Point. This was easily one of the best experiences of my life. We saw so many mantas, they are so majestic and special. I really hope you get to see them too. Welcome to Mojo Island. After a long night of sailing, Honestly, I thought my head was going to explode from the noise of those 60 years old petrol engines, but we're finally here. Standing on a solid ground again felt unbelievable. We checked out a waterfall, did a bit of snorkeling, and then continued to Palau Bedil. This felt like a gift from heaven, exactly the relaxation we deserved after that boat life. We stayed there from sunset until night, just enjoying the pool, drinks, dinner, and the music.
Feels like forever, feels like an endless number. Wake up the perfect weather, I feel the sun on me. Forget last summer, drink till we don't remember. Dance to the weight on my shoulders disappears. Feels like forever, feels like an endless number. Wake up.
We headed back to the boat for our last night on board. In the morning, we woke up at Lombok harbor. A free shuttle bus from the sailing company drove us to Senggigi, a tiny town on the west coast of Lombok, where we stayed for 3 nights at a place called Wilawana. It had the best pool view ever because it's located up on a hill. The owners were super kind and helpful. A big plus was that we could do our laundry there. Believe it or not, we were traveling Indonesia for 14 days with just one small backpack, so our clothes needed a rewash ASAP. The only downside was the breakfast, which was a bit basic. Right after unpacking at the villa, we rented a scooter and went straight to some waterfalls. We checked these two ones called Benang Stokel and Kelambu Kelambu. The first night in Lombok was amazing. The feeling of comfortable bed after 3 nights on a boat, so relieving. I can't believe that I'm standing on the real ground after 4 days on a boat. It was so hard, it was so hard, guys. But finally, we are in Lombok and hunting another waterfall. The next day we discovered the most famous waterfall in northern Lombok. It's a quite challenge, about 2 hours by scooter. The first waterfall, Tiu Kelap, was stunning and the tallest we've seen in Indonesia, but it was very crowded with tour groups. About 30 minutes away by foot there is another waterfall called Sendang Gile. The track is medium difficulty but well marked. At one point you have to cross a small stream, so keep that on mind. Also be careful, there are poisonous plants and trees in this area, so don't touch greenery unless you have to. Another important thing, this is a very remote and rural part of Lombok. There is a small risk of incurring malaria-carrying mosquitoes that are mostly active from dusk till dawn. Be careful and use a repellent with strong DEET. After lunch we went to Bukit Selong, a scenic viewpoint overlooking lush rice fields and hills. We almost skipped this because I wasn't feeling well after the trek, but I'm so glad we went. This place is gorgeous and a must-see. On our final full day, we explored the other side of the island, where the best beaches are. The first one, Tanjung An, had warm water and almost no people. The second, Mabun Beach, was about 25 minutes away by scooter. Crystal clear, warm water, and very quiet. The only downside, the local sellers were very persistent with their bracelet, which got a bit annoying. There was also some trash and algae, but you have to remember, this isn't a resort, this is a raw nature. On our last day, the owner of the Villa Vana took us to Bangsal port to catch the speedboat back to Bali. It was again pure chaos and zero organization. The boat was delayed for an hour and the trip took 5 hours in total instead of 4. If you get seasick, bring medicine, you're gonna thank me later. The boat ticket is about €25. Blue Water Express company is the best and safest, but cost about 35 to 40 euros. Here is my golden piece of advice. If you want to avoid the stress, the seasickness, and you value your comfort, just pay the extra 20 bucks, catch a flight from Lombok to Bali for around 60 to 70 euros with Wings Air. Next time, that's exactly what I'll be doing. Thanks for watching, don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button. All the links for stays, the sailing company, and my travel gear are in the description to save you time. Have a great trip and see you in another destination.